Hi guys, I just come outside in my wild, beautiful garden where everything's regrowing now. You see? Everything's regrowing. Yes. So that's my shadow garden over there. You see that? Big tall plant? That will be the hemlock. At the side there's other things. Belladonna's started growing finally. But vervain that grows sparsely in different areas. That's starting to come back. So yeah. I don't like to chop anything in my wild garden. I leave it all. This is like the little fairy area, as you can see. Hiding in there are little fairies, and there are little like mouse statues and little houses hiding in there as well. So my bench. There's my boxer dog, my Como, my Buddha. That's a stone African man reading Braille. So yeah, it's all, I like it to grow wild, and then I like to pick what I can, if you get what I mean. I pick what I can and use it, harvest what I can. Definitely need to harvest that hemlock. I mean, I have harvested it twice already, but look, it takes over, so it needs harvesting some more. But look how strong its stems are, do you see? Some very strong stems. So when I was younger, there's one school in particular that I absolutely adored. And it was a yellow school. It really was. It was yellow. And bright yellow, actually. So my favourite school was known as the Banana School, because that is what I called it. I called it the Banana School because it was yellow, so obviously that's why it has that name. And that was my favourite school. It was actually a play school, but in all honesty, I don't remember its proper name, so it is just the Banana School because I don't remember its name. My favourite meal at school was always the chocolate sponge pudding and chocolate custard. Even like growing up, when I got to secondary school, I think it was still one of my favourites. Not so much now, things have changed, but definitely back then, yeah. It was that I really loved. The sky. And, you know, as I got older and got into secondary school, and yeah, things were different. Things were different, obviously, for me. That's the back look. Big willow tree over there. But I would say the most traumatic thing that actually happened to me is one that is unusual indeed. See the little houses hiding in there? There's a well. Look at that for hemlock. And it was more because I think of my age. That's all spearmint as well there. You know, it was more my age than anything else because of the circumstances. We were having an exam. This was traumatic for me, okay? It may not be traumatic for everyone, but it was traumatic for me, I can assure you. And we were having an exam and it was all quiet. And because it was all quiet, obviously the classroom, it had an echo to it. And I sneezed. But as I sneezed, I also pooped. Now, bear in mind, I'm a young lady in school, you know, secondary school. The classroom was quiet and it echoed through the whole classroom. So yeah, that was the most traumatic event for me in school. Absolutely. Was that. And it's the one thing that I'll always remember. That was the most traumatic event for me in school. It was that. It was sneezing and pooping while there was an exam ongoing, which it echoed. It really did echo. There's butterflies flying about. And everybody heard it, so it was very, very embarrassing indeed. Yeah, I didn't like that at all, but I would say that was the most traumatic event for me in school for definite. Over there's a little Indian, see? Hiding in there. He's in there. There's a few things in there actually. You just can't see them at the moment. Rose bushes are growing now. And my life was completely different in school from others because I did not follow trends or patterns. I was not known for being judgmental regarding that. I definitely had a different setting, as in, for example, children would go home, they would play and go out with their friends and stuff. I would go home and I would do any homework, and then from then, that 4th minute on, I would study. And I'd be studying herbs and learning Latin, even at secondary school. That's how different it was, it was that. And then at the weekend as well, when most people would be getting together and they'd be sort of, I don't know, planning things with their friends and doing things with their friends. And me, I'd be going into the woods with my nan and doing different activities in the woods and learning about different animals and different plants that grow there and what we could possibly use them for. So that's how it was different. It was different because obviously I was brought up by women in a different setting. So it made my life very different indeed. It was my grandma and aunties that brought me up, so I was brought up with all women in a different setting. So that's how different it was. So yeah. My favourite school is the banana school. My favourite meal back then was chocolate pudding and custard. My most traumatic experience was sneezing and pooping in a silent classroom where everybody heard me. And I was raised differently because I was raised by women, all witchy women, and my life was very different indeed. So yeah, those are your answers to round 2, guys. So remember, keep writing them down. Da, da, da.